G'day, welcome to This Week in Downhill. Yeah, this is a series of videos kind of covering things that happened the last week or so in the downhill skateboarding, downhill longboarding community. Everything I talk about every week, I link everything in the description. So if you want to know more about anything that's mentioned in this video, just scroll down there afterwards and click on any of the links that interest you. But yeah, let's jump into it. Starting out with skate videos that were posted in the past week or so. The first one I wanted to mention was Slide Perfect posted a raw run of Bumpy skating in Europe. I think it's in Italy. Yeah, it's like an 8-minute raw run, just a really impressive run down like an iconic road, and he does it all stand up. Normally I'm not the biggest fan of raw runs, you know, it's just everyone posts raw runs all the time, but I don't know, it's just like I don't think I've seen a run down that road before, like top to bottom. The way they did it with like the music being a little quieter, so you can still hear the sounds of the skating, and the fact they use like radios, like walkie-talkies, and you can hear the walkie-talkie from the lead car, like giving him the clear and everything. It's just like a really enjoyable watch, and like obviously Bumpy's a really good skater, so yeah, it's a really good video. If you like raw runs, you'll love that one, and yeah, check out that video. The second video I wanted to talk about was one called Alpine Descent 1, Extreme and Fast, from Alejandro. Not gonna try the last name. Yeah, this video, I actually saw it first on Instagram, like clips from it, and I was like, dang, that looks kind of wild. And when you watch the full video, it's just like, it's kind of hectic. Like the things that people are doing on skateboards these days is pretty wild. But yeah, really fast, like action-packed run. I assume one of them is Alejandro's and the other one will be one of his buddies. Skating down this road, and they're kind of like passing each other back and forth and taking really tight lines on like race setups and just going really, really fast down this like pretty crazy road. So that's one to get the heart pumping for sure, and it's a good watch as well, so check that one out as well. Rocket Longboards posted their welcome to the team video for Rachel Bagels. I don't know if I mentioned it on TWID before or not. I thought she'd been riding for Rocket for a while now, but anyway, it's an official welcome to the team. It was a cool edit done by Parker. Yeah, classic kind of Parker videography type video, and it's just like a fun video of Rachel skating down in NC and those kind of roads. Yeah, it's a good watch. If you like the Rocket content, then check that one out. And they sort of hinted at like a potential pro model coming out from her soon, which is cool as well. So yeah. The last video I wanted to quickly mention was I posted my edit from the Wood Booger freeride. Yeah, if you didn't make it to the Wood Booger freeride, then it's like, I feel like it kind of captures the vibe pretty well. So if you missed it, you were keen to go, you want to know what it was like, definitely check out that video. If you were there and you know that you skated in front of me, there's like a decent chance you're in the edit, so check it out for that reason as well. I basically filmed every run and then put together an edit and kind of just used all the clips I had that were good. I wasn't that close to people for very much of the event, but you know, the things I captured, I put in the edit, so check that one out as well. All right, and moving into events now. The first one I want to talk about is the Toronto board meeting is this weekend. It's actually September 9th, which is Saturday. So a little bit short notice, but if you're in Toronto, you should go to the board meeting. Board meeting is something that I've watched on the internet for many, many years, and one day would be cool to attend, but it's basically just like this big cruise through Toronto. I don't think there's like a specific goal or, you know, race or anything like that. It's just like a bunch of people skating through Toronto, and typically everyone dresses up in like suits because it's like, you know, it's the pun is the board meeting. Yeah, so that's a really cool event, been going for many years. I remember a few years ago during COVID, during the lockdowns, they couldn't do it, so they did like an internet version where they wanted everyone to do it in their own home cities and stuff. So we actually had a board meeting in Auckland and we skated a car park and stuff. Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, Toronto board meetings this weekend. That's always fun to see the clips coming out of that, all the, you know, shenanigans that they get up to in Canada. So excited for that one. All right, and Maryhill was last weekend, and if you didn't know, Maryhill was a qualifying event for the USA downhill team. They were using the placings and rankings from that to contribute towards who's going to make it onto the American downhill team for the next World Skate Games. So it was a big, intense, proper race at Maryhill, which was always cool to see. Yeah, I'll have the podiums, all the information up here. Tim Dell took out first place. I think he actually won the Zealous Outlaw as well, which was just like a fun race they also do. That wasn't a serious one. He won both of them. Yep, and Alicia Philback won the women's. So pretty cool stuff to see some like racing really kicking into gear now. Everyone's getting excited now for Soldiers coming up in October. So yeah, I was gonna mention the USA rankings on usadownhillskate.com or something like that. I'll link their website anyway. When I was scrolling through there earlier today, they didn't have like any rankings up there yet, but I'm wondering if they'll actually start putting it up there because they have they use Knox Mountain for rankings and they've used Maryhill, so now there's 2 events to sort of contribute to it. So yeah, you can kind of watch that space to see who's going to make it onto the team for next year's World Roller Skate Games or whatever it's called now. I don't really have anything specifically like community related this week, so I'm just going to jump into gear, sort of gear and company news. Ronin Trucks dropped another batch of trucks. I checked that a couple of hours ago. There's still some available there. That's always cool to see, you know, these small batch companies being able to post, you know, quite a bit of gear for sale. I think that's the 2nd or 3rd time they've dropped a batch of trucks since I started doing TWID this year. So that's really cool to see, like, a lot of like health in the market, I guess you could say. I don't know. I think it's cool to see that people making high-end gear are able to keep making it and keep selling it because there's a want for it in the market. So that's cool. Aaron Hampshire posted a photo of some prototype wheels from Seismic that he's obviously working with them and designing. If you don't know who Aaron Hampshire is, he already has a pro model race wheel with Seismic, the Plum Alphas, which I think one size and shape is his and one is Chase Hiller's. They both have their pro model Alphas, which are the plum purple colored wheel with the yellow core. And the photo that he posted, it's like the same looking urethane potentially with the purple color, but these have a blue core. They look to be maybe wider, possibly just even way bigger. So this could be like a new race wheel from Seismic that's getting into that even bigger size, you know, competing with like the A1s from Quay and like obviously Magnums being the much bigger wheels out there on the market. So yeah, cool. Maybe new wheels from Seismic pretty soon. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, which is a little bit different, a little bit random, but kind of a cool thing, is Lanyards just posted that they are now selling pins made from recycled skateboard parts. So it looks like possibly the offcuts or something like that of the wood from the skateboards that they manufacture. They're taking that, instead of just throwing it away or, you know, making campfires with it or something, they're building like pins out of skateboard extra offcut wood, whatever. Yeah, kind of cool. Fits like their mission, you know, like a few years ago, I don't know if they're still doing it. It was like when you bought one of their skateboards, they planted a tree equivalent type thing. It came with a little tag and stuff that said, you have planted 1 tree for buying this skateboard. So Lanyards has always been kind of on top of that kind of stuff. So that's cool to see. And yeah, Lanyards pins is now a thing. So that's skate company gear related stuff. But yeah, check that out on Instagram, read more into it. But I thought that was kind of cool. So I figured I would include that. But yeah, that was this week in downhill, the last week and a half or so. Obviously, there's always going to be stuff that I missed, and I love it when you guys comment below if I missed things, or send me a message if you want something included next week. Like I said at the beginning, everything I talked about is linked below, and yeah, we'll see what happens next week, I guess.